How do you evaluate return on an investment?
You know, there's a lot of different ways, and that's an excellent question. And I get a lot of investors that talk about cap rates, and they've gone to investment courses, and they're really not sure how to evaluate an investment property. The easiest, quickest way I've found to evaluate an investment property is cash on cash return. It's a simple, effective method of figuring out and evaluating one property versus another property. I take the cash flow from a property, so I take the mortgage payment, the taxes and insurance and condo fees if there is any, obviously, and the gross rental income, figure out the difference, and then I extrapolate and figure out how long that initial investment is going to take to get back to you. My rule of thumb is 60 months. If I can get my initial investment back in 60 months, it gets a green light from me. Now obviously there's some other factors to take into consideration, but I find this is one of the best tools for a quick evaluation of investment property.
Do you have any selling tips?
One of the biggest selling tips I have is clean your house. Everyone thinks their house is clean, but really clean for you and clean for a sale are two totally different things. Right down to, I get sellers telling me, well, I'll shampoo the carpets once I sell the property. You're really trying to go about it backwards. Would you sell a used car completely covered in mud? Or would you wash it first? It's really that simple. Put your best foot forward. The other thing I find is people spend a lot of time in the entrance. I don't know why, but I've been selling houses for a lot of years. People stand in the entrance. When they're leaving that house, if they like it, they'll linger in the entrance and they'll look around. So make sure that entrance is painted. Make sure your banisters are painted, walls are painted, because if the entrance looks good, the rest of the showing is going to go really well. The last thing that I find is curb appeal. So if you got landscaping, make sure it's clean, make sure the weeds are pulled, make sure your lawn is mowed. I know these are basic things, but the house that you live in and the house you sell are two totally different things. So be a little more critical of the house you're selling, and I guarantee you're going to sell it faster and you're going to get more money.
What are some tips for buying a home?
You know, that's a great question. The number one thing I look at is valuation of a property. What's it worth? Well, to figure that out, there's a lot of different things to look at. You have to look at market timing. Is the market going up? Is the market going down? Is it stable? And what's it going to be doing in the future? Very hard to predict, but you can look at what it's done in the past and get a trend line. Is it trending up? Is it trending down? Or is it very stable at the moment? And from there, you can look at the city tax assessment. Find out what the city thinks it's worth. Now, mind you, that's based on June of the previous year, so you have to take that into consideration and extrapolate value for that. The other thing you want to look at is possibly land titles. Have your realtor pull land titles. Find out what they paid for the property. Find out what they owe on the property. If you can, find out their motivation for selling. Most sellers' realtors will give up that motivation for selling if asked. That is a powerful negotiating tool for you looking at a house. The last thing I look at is what I call perceived maintenance. So if you look into the future and go, I'm going to spend $10,000, $20,000 over the next couple of years, that's cash outlay out of your own pocket. A lot of times it's better to buy a house $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 more. That perceived maintenance in the future is already built into your mortgage now. The savings, right now with current interest rates, for every $10,000 you spend, it's about $45 a month. So that property you spend $30,000 more on is going to cost you $135 a month. When you factor in the fuel saved with natural gas in the winter, you can save $100 a month just in a better insulated house by buying a newer house with better windows. So don't look at the upfront cost, look at what it's actually costing you per month and cost of ownership on that house.
Do you have any tips on market timing?
Market timing is a unique thing. A lot of people try and time the market. It's January and they think, let's wait till spring to sell. Or it's spring and they think, let's wait till summer. Or it's summer and they go, well, let's wait till next spring. The truth is, you're probably moving in the same market you're selling in. So it's not making any difference. You're taking your equity from one home and moving it to another home. What I find the key in timing is your time. Time is the most valuable thing you have. And too many people wait for years to sell a home that they had every intention of selling 2 or 3 years previous. So if you think about selling a home, make the move. Phone a realtor, get a market evaluation, and get an experienced outlook on what the market's going to be doing and how you can take advantage of it today. Not 6 months from now, not a year from now, but move today.
How do you market a home?
Well, you know, that's a great question, because what I find right now is there's different discount brokerages out there promising to put your home on the MLS system. The MLS system was a powerful tool years ago because it was the only medium for a base realtor to expose a home. The truth is now though, the MLS system is probably one of the weakest elements of a marketing of a home. There's hundreds of things I do a day to market homes, and putting on MLS is the very base thing I do. So when you're talking with a realtor about exposure, marketing your home, and potential sales, one of the best things I look for is how many homes have they sold in the last 12 months. If you look at how many homes they've sold in the last 12 months, you don't really have to ask any more questions. A realtor selling 10 houses, a realtor selling 100 houses, at the end of the day, there's no science to this. That realtor that sold 100 homes worked 10 times harder. What did he do? He did everything 10 times better. He returned phone calls 10 times faster. He did 10 times the amount of marketing. He did 10 times the feedback. He just did everything 10 times better. So I know you're looking for a realtor you like and you trust and all that great stuff, but look at the prior reputation of your realtor and judge him by what he's done in the past.